do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit. Like hating on, like doing things with people I done business with that he done business with. He was saying shit that I was like, he said that to you?
Right.
I was like, yeah, so all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers.
Okay.
The new baby oil.
It should start looking gray if you ain't got nothing on it.
It's got a new baby oil.
Say baby oil.
You ran through 8,000 jars of them in prison.
He was Ashy Larry.
Relax.
I
Still got everybody looking.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's why we go to the puffy parties. You can hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Dub C ain't never been to a Diddy party, motherfucker.
Like an R-A-P-E-R, got so many essays.
Anyway, Puffy, I know you're not really tapped in, but what is it?
The last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the truck. It really hurt. And he sounded like me. I was like, yo, look, I can find other things to do for money. I'm not sure I can say that for money.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, if this is a simple situation, but it's like
20 mil, I could say.
You still had the blackest face out. You still had to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his voice wasn't even that different.
And that little deep well, I was like almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
almost felt like it was I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that's fucking funny.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having sex with other dudes, bro. I think that might come for you.
Was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person with 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that will face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If there's a new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take it, but he wants you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like...
With a daring twist, 50 Cent will reveal all of the celebrities connected to Diddy in the upcoming legal battle. With a wealth of records at his disposal, Diddy is prepared to turn over names to prosecutors in New York. He is facing serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, which may ruin the reputation of his famous parties and high-profile transactions. Major celebrities from the music, film, sports, and fashion industries who used to attend his extravagant white parties are included. Will they be required to testify? No matter how deeply ingrained it is, 50 Cent claims that the truth is getting out. What began as teasing on social media is gradually becoming concrete proof, and it will soon bring everyone in the spotlight.
Persons in entertainment to really call out people, kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of capable artists that are required to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. You know, and if I didn't have an award-winning director on it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I wouldn't understand why they would question or doubt anything. But you go to the 90s and people said they paid them to keep Tupac.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
You've been having on social media talking about it.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before.
Oh, you've been saying it for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out that crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of you, the celebrity culture, if you don't understand anything, is because they participated.
But what So was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaking, all of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or no.
Like, he hate Diddy, but, you know, sometimes I do shit that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates it.
Nah.
Yeah?
That's business.
Business.
You wouldn't be mad. Look,
You gotta really like someone to do a documentary about him.
if Jimmy Iovine did the
50 Cent has long made fun of Diddy. Now that he shot them off on stage online, he stands by everything he said. They think I'm being crazy, he says. However, given the current stories that have brought Diddy into the public eye, I have been saying this for 10 years. Don't back down, 50s. This isn't my lane. He continues, emphasizing that he has always maintained his distance from that environment. For him, it is not drama. Rather, it is the truth finally coming to light.
Entertainment. Named it Bad Boy. Because I wanted to go against the grain. Time you go against the grain, you just see you like kind of bad. Not negative, not like hardcore. Just, I didn't want to be regular. I didn't want to just make records. I didn't want to just make money. I wanted to make history. That's all it's ever been about for me, making history. Making music that's timeless. Music that's going to be around when I'm not here, when my kids ain't here. Music that good. Having artists, videos, and things that, you know, really affect way of life in a positive way. Affect style, fashion, music. Bad Boy.
Diddy created an enterprise worth millions of dollars. He did more than just throw parties. Bad Boy records Chirac, Dillian Tequila, Revolt TV, fashion film, and more. His influence came from his celebrity circle, where a cosign from Beyonce or Jay-Z gave him immediate influence. But now, that same network might come under a lot of scrutiny. Legal documents filed by 50 Cent may reveal wire transactions and contracts that detail the precise flow of funds, who was paid, and who ignored them.
Michael Rubin's all-white party, the real all-white party was Diddy.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like the Diddy party, so yeah, that's what's up.
They started in the late 90s and continued on for a very long time. Now I'm going to show you an announcement of him at the party. He says at a certain hour the kids have to go home. But before I do that, take a look at all of the celebrities who attended these parties. I'm not saying the people who attended these parties are guilty of anything. I just want you to know how highly these parties were regarded. We are talking the highest names in every industry. What happens at these parties, I have no idea. You're right next to the set of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where they talk about it a little bit, which is absolutely wild, but generally no phones were allowed, so good luck finding clips of the parties. But watch this.
So taking everybody on to real life on stage all the teams. The kids have like an hour of them. Get extra comfortable kids.
So all the leaked footage of Diddy parties right now is going viral. Here's one clip. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, right? Nothing crazy is happening. But why would they have anything crazy happening with cameras everywhere, right? Like, they're smarter than that. But there you guys go. More footage is going viral.
The nightlife in Hollywood was originally owned by Diddy. He was a legend for his white parties. Under one roof, celebrities stripping in designer Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Ashton Kutcher are drinking champagne. That magnificent guest list could potentially end up in court, even though those invitations were gold. 50 Cent is prepared to reveal all the connections, showing how Diddy's empire benefited from his celebrity, who participated, and whose celebrity will recoil when their name appears among the evidence may be revealed by the filings behind the flash.
I met Puff. I was afraid of success, afraid to do anything that could put so much attention on me. And then when I met him, he was the complete opposite. And he was such a a good thing to me because I needed what he had. So his ambition pushed me to be ambitious because I didn't know how. Because when you come from where I come from, you're scared to be ambitious. You're scared to want more. And so when I met Puff, I was blown away. But it took some years to grow into that and accepting someone that just was so excited about being seen and about having the lights on them and wanted it for you more than you wanted it for yourself. So I mean, Puff was a huge inspiration to me.
You guys know, man, it was a terrible thing when we found out that Mary J. Blige's tape came out. And I remember the time, man, when she was with KC from Jodeci, and they were, on KC, them hands on Mary J. Blige. So back in the day when her free tape came out, Mary J. Blige even said herself, this is her right of passage. God, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, and I remember the day, man, she had a concert out in Las Vegas. She was so high, she was like, hey, how you doing tonight, Los Angeles? But we was in Las Vegas. Mary J., as you remember, man, she wasn't the finest thing when she got on the scene. Her mouth kind of twisted off to the side. She wasn't the best looking thing. They found her singing karaoke, some Anita Baker karaoke in the mall, and they dusted her up, polished her up, and Angie Stone started writing for her, and she became who she was. She definitely was a part of these parties, and she has no regrets.
He gave Young Money the second album, but he does have a first album that's a classic that I executive produced. But most importantly, that's how he became my brother. And to see the way you grow, you have grown, and to see you get better with your craft, and to see the man that you turned into and the consciousness that you have. I know you've been speaking with Harry Belafonte. You hooked me up with speaking to Harry Belafonte. So your consciousness, has really been a shining example. The way you just spoke and articulated yourself. Imagine me having guardianship at 13, and now you speaking the way that you speaking. It's like I'm so proud of you.
Well, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey.
Music icons like Usher and Mary J. Blige owe Diddy a portion of their success, having produced Mary's early songs and housing Usher in 1994. Such connections may now be questioned. People took notice of Mary's mysterious March post about burning bridges. Was it Diddy? Both celebrities have largely remained silent since his arrest in September for sex trafficking and racketeering. Diddy pleaded not guilty, but silence won't protect anyone under oath. 50 Cent is urging that every handshake, picture, and quiet favor be reviewed in court. Mentoring moments could end up becoming evidence.
It's P. Sean, Daddy's brother, Putla, Eddie Combs, or whatever the hell his name is now. We stopped trying to keep track. Celebrating his big 5-0 with some elite from Seinfeld moves and a gigantic party at his house. And everybody was there.
The biggest names that were there, Kim and Kanye, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Is that the order that you want to do that in?
Ah, seriously, you forgot Dougie Fresh. He was also there. He should come first.
Biggest part of the whole night was the fact that Jay-Z and Kanye actually shook hands. They squashed the beef, at least for that night. Diddy's smiling like, look, I made this happen.
Oh, yeah, it was all you, Diddy. Maybe a little help from all the CBD products and Ciroc alcohol that was floating around, but otherwise, all you.
Who else was there?
Who wasn't? Well, maybe not Steve Harvey, because Diddy was banging his daughter. But how about Cardi B and Offset, Kevin Hart, Kobe Bryant, and Post Malone?
I'ma take a shot to the red zone. To the red zone. They need to understand. Everyone's got to make it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're happy to be alive,
Rapper Jay-Z is denying an allegation that he and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, an anonymous accuser identified only as Jane Doe made the accusation in a civil lawsuit on Sunday. It alleges that the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party back in 2000. In a statement to NBC News, Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, called the accusation idiotic, adding, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever should commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" Attorneys representing Combs also dismissed the lawsuit, calling it a shameless publicity stunt. Combs is currently behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after federal prosecutors charged him in September with racketeering.
Next is the A-list circle. Diddy's star-studded 50th birthday in 2019 included Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kenny, and Maria Drake. For Vanity Fair, Jay-Z even posed alongside him. After the V&AS claimed that Jay was under 13 at the time of the alleged incident in 2000, he is now facing a civil complaint linking him to it. Blackmail, he says, when his attorney denounced it as fraud. Jay retaliated. "It prompted me to openly expose you. Will Beyonce or Drake take the stand when 50 Cent demands testimony?" These celebrities could soon play crucial roles in a case that is more significant than anyone could have imagined.
There's some crazy parties, I'm sure. What's the strangest interaction you've had at a party that was like, what's happening right now?
I remember I was lit. I just started dancing with Paris Hilton. I was like, this is kind of crazy.
That is kind of nuts. What song was playing?
I don't even know. It was one of those nights.
Yeah, okay.
See what I'm in life. Not even Diddy's bitch. Diddy's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense.
Today's world was not merely crowded with musicians, socialites, and supermodels. As a young Kim Kardashian and Nicole Richie posed on mattresses in street stereotypes, Paris Hilton danced through his white parties. Naomi Campbell attended the Met Gala and continued to have backstage parties with Diddy. Russell Brand even recalled that he was forced to go on a trip that he didn't want. "If Diddy wants you to do something, it's hard to say no," he told Howard Stern. Imagine those stories playing out in court. Will Paris acknowledge that there was more to it than champagne in the air? Will Kim acknowledge that she has ever felt uneasy? Their responses could shock even the most devoted followers.
With Mila Kunis on that 70s show, then they break up for absolutely no reason after he starts hanging out with Diddy. Then he marries Demi Moore, who drained him of all the adrenochrome she can, and apparently he replenished himself by doing inappropriate things with her daughters.
It was there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how they fell out of there like that. They was road dog. You know what I'm saying? He even got pictures of it. He got on that
blue sweater, turtleneck, him and him hugged up like this, the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. And it was just like a bunch of weird, that whole, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, bunch of, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher. I mean, none of that ain't right, you know what I'm saying? That whole party was weird, though. It was jaded.
In this story, each performer plays a distinct character. Ashton Kutcher co-hosted Diddy's White Party in 2009, and Bruce Willis and Lil Smith joined the Miami Chaos in any moment. Video or picture might now be used as evidence in court. 50 Cent might create a trend with these clips. Behind the glamour, there is a stable world when the party went too far under oath. Did any of them attempt to draw back the velvet rope? Those were some scathing responses. Athletes are not exempt either.
The silence of certain individuals like LeBron James is quite deafening. A person who claims to care so much about Black life, Black Lives Matter, on the ground, taking a kneel. Okay, that's fine. But now you have a friend of yours who has been on camera beating a Black woman, okay? You said nothing when that happened. You also know that you have various Black people speaking out about how they were abused by him, and you have said nothing. So I don't like the hypocrisy behind that. It might be a good time to use your platform. I'm calling out the hypocrisy and the double standard of that. If LeBron James had kept his mouth shut on every other issue and said nothing, I wouldn't be like, hey, why is LeBron James being quiet on this issue? I'd say he doesn't typically weigh in on anything. So it wouldn't make sense to put pressure on him to do it. The exact opposite. I'm saying keep the exact same energy that you have had on every other Black issue when it comes to your door and it pertains to a friend of yours that you were partying with. I think that's pretty sensible.
Watch this at a charity event. Look what he does with David Beckham. He offers $150,000 for this event, and you have to see what he says at the end. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. Being that I don't spend a lot of time here and I don't really know the crowd, if you win, you get your choice of one or the other. Choice A is a weekend at my house in the Hamptons, fully staffed on the water, East Hampton, New York. Number 2 is a studio session with me in New York or London. I'll produce a record for you and your kids. Or number 3 is a night out with Diddy, Saturday night in New York. And I promise you, your ass will wake up Wednesday laying beside me.
This is some of the stuff that's going to be revealed, and these are nothing. These are just signs, right? But if anything leaks with celebrity names that all of a sudden comes out,
Mr. Wayne Rooney!
Me and you, Wayne! Me and you, baby! Yeah!
It's a showbiz marriage made in heaven!
Me and you, Wayne! Wayne, I'll give you all 3 if you up it. I'll give you all 3.
2 people for 150.
2 people for 150.
Yeah, you can bring.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party on a 2020 livestream, LeBron James once jokingly said. David Beckham donated $150,000 for a weekend at Diddy's Hampton mansion at a charity auction, an award that Wayne Rooney was awarded, but never claimed. Will LeBron acknowledge that if he ever enters the house, Beckham's expensive bid will become proof of a night he would prefer to forget? Those names may now come to light due to impending court filings.
Young bucks growing up, and they were getting in a lot of trouble themselves. So hey, I was like, why don't you come hang out with me?
Though Harry and William are not believed to have ever taken Diddy up on the offer, they did meet and pose for photos with the rapper at a 2007 star-studded concert event for their late mother, Princess Diana. And he and Graham appeared to agree that the extent of their relationship likely ended there.
I do worry because I read that on your that you want to get Prince William and Prince Harry to a Diddy party.
I don't think not anymore. I mean, before
Yeah, don't ruin our royal wedding for us.
Trust me, they're off the list.
Prince Harry has been named in a lawsuit against P. Diddy.
Yeah,
so he's taking the legal action, or?
Yes, so it's a bit complicated. So yesterday, of course, we were talking about those raids, and they were quite extraordinary, those raids. It was like a military operation going into both the mansions on each coast, and we'll come back to that. But this is unrelated to that. This is coincidental that this story has dropped. So this is the story of a man called Rodney Little Rod Jones, who's a producer who's filed a $30 million civil suit against P. Diddy. He's got several suits against him. Now, in the paperwork for this, he has mentioned Prince Harry's name, using Prince Harry as an example of the sort of people that P. Diddy would mix with. He's not accusing Prince Harry of having done anything wrong whatsoever. And to be very honest, there is no suggestion, there's no evidence that P. Diddy and Prince Harry are friends in any way. This vision you see here was back in 2007 at a charity event, and Prince William there as well, and some newspapers are sort of cropping him out of the photographs they're using. But that seems to be the only time they've met and been together.
Politicians and even royalty are not overlooked. Backstage pictures of Prince Harry at the 2007 Diana event with Diddy and Kanye, despite not being charged with anything. His name appears in a lawsuit connected to Diddy's notorious parties. In 1997, however, President Donald Trump was seen at the US Open with Diddy. The prospect of former presidents and monarchs being questioned in court will hold everyone's attention at every hearing. Donald Trump is currently being questioned over his prior endorsement of Diddy. The former president praised Diddy in a 2012 Celebrity Apprentice clip that has come to light in the wake of his shocking arrest and sex trafficking charges. Season 5 contestant Aubrey Obey had credited her time in Diddy's 2000s girl group Danny Kane with preparing her for the business world. When Aubrey was reluctant to talk about it further, Trump jumped in to defend Diddy as an artist and businessman.